Hey there, my fellow shipbuilders, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Fire in the Hold. Episode 3, Fixing the Deathtrap Puddlejumper. Alright, that wraps up everything that's physically here. So I think the best thing I could do is to... So what I need more space on my ship, but it's a little tricky to add space because I can't do it here. I would need to do it back at Kleg, because doing it here means I would be running, like I would be burning through my oxygen pretty quickly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the things that I think are going to make money, like the O2 can, maybe the IR optics or the coolers. I have space for like an O2 can and like a cooler, and that's about it. I could also install a floor here and put another O2 can there to allow me to like sell it. Yeah, there's a floor bin right at the airlock door. Sometimes the floor bins right at airlock doors will have suits, but this one didn't. Well, I haven't checked it, so I need to check it, but I'm not feeling lucky. I still haven't gotten the CO2 alarm yet, which is good. What kind of floors are these? These are the correct floors? So actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to uninstall this floor and install it next to the other O2 can. So that I can have like the other O2 can sitting on my ship. I don't need to install the other O2 can on the ground. I need a spot for it. Basically, we need to grow the ship because I only can take as much salvage as I have slots for. So, I need to make the ship larger if I want to make more money. Okay, I'm starting to get CO2 high alert. Yeah, let's deal with that now. I don't need hypoxia. All right, my cabin has... Really? This compartment is vacuum? For real? I have to pressurize it? God dang it. How did it leak out everything? Okay, I probably should have had it on slow. But now it's just pure oxygen. And I've breathed. Okay. I'm punching a hole in the wall here so that I can get outside more quickly. Just an arbitrary hole in the wall. Let's go ahead and install the floor here. And then drag this aux can, just plopping it right there. And I can add that to the barter zone too. I am going to take this turbo pump, and then I'm going to take one of the coolers if I can repair it. And that's like all that I'm really taking from this ship. It's all that I really have space for anyway. But the fact that I got a Weber laser torch is amazing. I mean, that's so important. So, pretty happy with what I've managed to grab. All right, so we have that. This cooler needs a motor heatsink, 2 steel, 3 mechanical components. Okay. If you right-click repair, your character will like auto search for the required components and grab them. And I just have to keep... Oh, there we go. Now we're repairing the cooler. Yeah, I believe this has no battery in it. But the torch itself is worth a lot. And then we can buy a battery, which is going to make obtaining a working torch a lot cheaper. Okay, CO2 alerts on. Heading into my Deathtrap to breathe. How did this go to vacuum again? My god, okay. And it's also possible that there's a lot of data on these other PDAs that will be worth a lot, you know, contacts or top secret information, stuff like that. That's happens. Do I need to repair it before installing it first? I'd like to, because you can physically damage it in the process of uninstalling it and moving it around. I could have done it in a different order, but I'm just doing it in this order. And then restoring it a little bit so that it doesn't possibly get broken. Because that's another thing is when it's like close to 0. So here is me uninstalling it. All right, let's go for oxygen. Basically 3 ticks is enough. All right. Slow and steady. I'm going to keep repairing it. I took the Deathtrap ride. That I did. It has killed me once. I, like, basically restarted. Alright, this is almost done repaired. We'll restore it up a little bit, uninstall it, and then head back to Kleg. One, two, three. God, getting an actual suit would be nice. So if you're wondering how much of the oxygen I've used, about 5%, and I could pay for more. So it's the inconvenience which is annoying. It's not really the cost. So pulling a AC and turbopump, Weber laser, some pretty good stuff. The other thing is, only in my experience do I know like the actual size and footprints of the thing I'm grabbing, because you only have so much space, right? So I'm filling my hold with the most important stuff, but like that's using game knowledge that I get. Oh, there's a blue permit here and a Bingham suit battery. Hello. All right, this permit's probably out of date, as almost all of them are. Yeah, it expired 7 months ago. But this is a 72-hour permit. Then I'm going to drop on the ground. All right, let's repressurize the cabin again, and then head back to port, because I don't really have any space left. Well, actually, before I do that, I want to make sure that I didn't overlook any oxygen or carbon dioxide or CO2. So we have the IR sensor that I didn't bother getting. I know that much. I can make a note here. What is the name of this ship? So in home for notes. Oh, okay. I've really taken a lot of notes. Okay, well, I'll just delete all these other auto-generated notes. Where am I right now? What ship is this? This is the FYWV? JFYWV. Okay. IR sensor at here. Good. So now I know if I want an IR sensor in the future, I know where one is. Cool. Alright. Time to release the dock clamps and head back to Kleg. I know there's an adjacent ship like right here. I don't have space, so I don't really care. I want to get clear of the derelict that I had here. And now let's point to port and dock. All right, 60 meters per second is fine because I have work to do in transit. We have a AC turbo pump to restore. The actual structural integrity of the O2 tanks barely matters as far as their sell price goes, so I don't really need to restore the O2 tank. The value of the O2 tank is the gas inside, not the canister itself, for the most part, unless it's like about to rupture or whatever, and then you'd want to restore it a little bit so it doesn't explode on you. Nav message received. It's probably just like, hey, your salvage is in order. Where are we now? We're about a third of the way there. Cool. Message log. Transponder salvage permit refused. So I got scanned by the police. And they were like, yeah, you cool. Yeah, I figured. It's pretty much all that ever talks to you. Getting bullied by Popo. I don't necessarily need to restore it up to 100%. 95 is fine, but like, I've got nothing better to do right now, so. All right, let's auto task for the rest of the repairs, and I just want to keep restoring the ship so it doesn't blow up on me. Well, I don't mean tank ruptures at 0. I mean, like, if oxygen tank goes to 0, it's just not, I don't think it can store stuff anymore. Because it goes into its damage state. God, I hate this ship. Cannot wait to make improvements. Yeah, the first ship I docked didn't have like a police officer waiting for me. Yeah, it wasn't like a Leo trap. That can happen too. Alright, cool, we're here. Let's hail Kleg. And we have a whole bunch of stuff to sell. And I personally really like docking A. The other docking ports are on different sides of the station, and I find it really disorienting. Because you can rotate your ship when you're not docked, but you can't rotate a station. Why are some repairs 7 and some are 3? Tools and skills. And I'll get into that in just a second. Well, I'm not, like, docking. So, if you take a look here, these are the different skills in the game. You have civil engineering, combat engineering, construction, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, robotics, software, spaceship hacking, etc. And depending on your skills and the tools that you're using, it will affect your repair and recovery rates. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. All right, in my home zone, I'm going to add one more zone to the barter zone. The barter zone is also going to pick up this O2 can so I can sell it. So I'm selling the pump the cooler, the O2 can, and then some of the loose stuff on my person. And then also while I'm here, I'm going to pop open the airlocks and shamelessly sap gas from Kleg. Return to Kleg. As comfortable as it feels to return to the station after scouring the cold boneyard for parts, in a world of semi-legal salvage, finding parts is only half the battle, the rest is selling it. Station centers are connected by rail, a single car shuttle system that is constantly in a state of disrepair. With a working knowledge of the station and an appetite for risk, you might even find a way to make a living on this rock. The Kleg economy is a strange beast. There's the corporate-sponsored salvage trade, run-through, scrap, and licensed kiosks. With the right license, you can rent time out in the boneyard and pick parts without being bothered by the AOSEC goons, the police. The black market is another matter. Industrious scavengers know that if you want a premium price for a rare piece, then you're going to have to find a reliable fence. It won't be easy gaining their trust. Lastly, the Gig Nexus shops out jobs to just about anyone. The work ranges from menial station jobs to high-risk boarding operations. In every case, the faster you work, the more money you'll find. All right. So, barter zone, we've got O2 can, turbo pump, and cooler, and we've made about 9K. Not bad, not bad. Additionally, in my backpack, we've got a screwdriver I no longer need. We got mechanical parts I don't need. We've got, okay, unfortunately, oh no, this PDA had crypto wallet worth 1,400, and then this one had, the other PDA had a silversmith gold something or another worth 2.5k and sightings worth 1.6k, so it was good. Obviously I'm not selling anything in my own PDA, and then the visualizations, the refurbished and the power one I don't really need, so I'm gonna get rid of that too. So 17k, not terrible for like a quick run. Except, considering I filled what, like 9 spots on my ship, or 10 spots technically. I think I am very tempted. So I've got some spending money. I'm going to pay the, let's pay all the required fees so I don't spend more than I have. So recharge batteries, oxygen, and RCS fuel. Getting a suit would be amazing. As much as I'd love a Weber Lance, I'm not going to be able to make significant improvements to my ship if I'm constantly having to refresh the oxygen. So I'm very tempted to buy a Bingham suit and helmet, which would run me 15k out of the 20k that I have, but I think it's very reasonable to try to find it, but I'd rather not rely on luck. I'd rather just buy it outright now. And it would massively improve my my productivity. So that's what I'm going to do. Except, and that will allow me to basically ignore the fact that my ship sucks. Because this is a pressure suit, and yeah, I just am not gonna need to even bother pressurizing my own ship. So in the suit, we put an aux bottle, we put a CO2 filter, and where's my battery? Did I not buy it because there wasn't room or something? I have this old battery. You know what? I'm going to assume I didn't buy the other battery, but I have one. So I'm going to restore this battery and then stick it in the charger. Oh no, there is a battery here. So I'm going to stick this old battery in the charger so I can swap them. So this is the old battery at 17% charge, and this is my new battery that I bought. So the new battery goes in. Weber Lance Torch will go in there. Actually, let's repair it first. Oh yeah, my helmet's outside. That's interesting. It is part of the barter zone, so I'm going to have to use my pressure suit helmet to go get my other helmet. That's fine. Pick up the torch, and that will go in my UVA suit. So this pressure helmet will allow me to go grab my actual helmet. Because of course. I'm glad I didn't sell my pressure helmet. That would be annoying. Okay, so we have the actual helmet, not the pressure suit helmet. But the pressure suit helmet will, like, in a pinch, it works fine, as you can see. All right. So other things we can sell. We can sell the pressure suit and pressure suit helmet. I have a got angle grinder. I know it doesn't have power, but that means I really don't need a hacksaw. We have drill. I don't also need the work lamp because the suit has a work lamp. And this battery charger, I am going to uninstall this switch and stick the battery charger in here. So basically, I'm going to have to rewire the ship a bit. To not run on switches. So I'm going to upgrade the ship just a tiny bit, is my current priority. All right, so instead of a switch, let's go uninstall these conduits that are like draped everywhere. I'm going to uninstall my nav station so I get access to my battery, because I want to restore the ship's battery, and then I'm going to put a regular conduit in here and here. I'll probably need to temporarily uninstall the Kang to get access to it. But basically, I'm trying to unjank this jank. This was super jank, and I can make some quick fixes. So one way to batch uninstall stuff is go to orders, go to uninstall, and in this case, I'm going to uninstall conduits. So I'm going to deselect everything but conduit, and then click on the conduit I want gone, and then auto-task it. And I'll be batch uninstalling all the conduit I had triggered. And then I'll pick it up, sell it, buy the Albright conduit, which is the not jumps conduit that we had been working, and we'll be good. So let's also uninstall this intake so that I have access to more of the ship. And I'm actually going to probably need to uninstall this battery too. So we're going to go without battery briefly. Now, it's worth noting the transponder can't really move. When you uninstall it, you basically guarantee that you break it. So just keep that in mind when you're moving things around. All right. This genius put the conduit... Where am I? Oh, there I am. The conduit that I wanted out here. Grab it. And uninstall and install it here. But I have a proper spacesuit now, so going on a spacewalk is really no big deal. Alright, I'm going to sell all these jump jack cables. And then I need one more big conduit there, and I'll just buy that now. Sell. In my backpack, all the jump start cable, because I don't like the way it looks. Pressure suit. Without my... Actually, let's take the crowbar out of the pressure suit. Because if we sold the pressure suit with the crowbar nested, it would sell the crowbar too. I want a crowbar. So pressure suit sold. Pressure helmet sold. This other battery I need to throw in the battery recharger. The hacksaw sold. I need another GOT battery. I know that, but like, I'll do that in a minute. And then all of the jump jack cables sold. The work lamp sold with all the batteries. And then, it's good for now. So more space in my inventory. So we got a crowbar, an angle grinder. Oh, I can also get rid of this power switch. I forgot about that. Let's get rid of that too. All right, over here is the battery charger for a Bingham suit. And this is the one I salvaged, and I can just plug it in and swap to it once I come back home. All right, there was one other thing I wanted to buy. Let's talk to the scrap dealer, see if they have the Albright cables that I wanted to install. And they do. And I'll just hold on to it. And that's being installed right here in this corner. Which I don't have access to. Really? I should. I don't trust my character. Just walk over there and install it. See? Yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. With that all done, let's go ahead and pick up the battery and reinstall it, pointing the power at the actual wall. Restore the battery so it holds more charge. Reinstall the intake. Reinstall the... Actually, before I do anything else... I can restore this stuff on the outside, from outside. But, visor... Oh, I don't even have damage. Okay, whatever. So we're restoring the battery so that, and as the battery is restored, it will hold more charge. So that we don't go dead out in space, because that's another big threat. Now, of course, if you have, like, a legitimate salvage license, you can always take the ferry back home. So if you ever are, like, out in the middle of nowhere with no power, you can go to your ferry pass and pay for a ferry to go back to, you know, to Kleg, to then buy a battery that has charge, and then ferry back to your ship to install it. So you're not, like, completely dead in the water. All right. The other restorations I'm going to do later. For now, I'm just going to... Oh, I'm going to need one more Albright cable for here, too. I just realized. Because that Kang is unpowered, I think. Yeah. All right, pick up the nav and install the nav. Oh, and I'm going to need a power cable there, too. So let's put this thing down and install the two cables before I put this in. Actually, that's not true. I could just pick this up and point it at the wall. I could and put it there. Whatever. Makes no difference. I don't care the direction I'm setting. All of this is temporary. It all is super jank and will be improved upon soon. There we go. So we have our comms bag on. Let's get the cable for the Kang. And that's pretty much all of the immediate retrofits I wanted to make. So we're going to go back out to the boneyard after this. Once I close all the doors and whatnot. Okay. So we've got ourselves a suit. We've got ourselves a helmet. I actually picked this up again. And put it here. And then install the battery charger right there. Haha. All right, so now we have a battery charger to charge GOT batteries. I do not have the red one. Our friction welder has 52%, so I should probably buy a Halverson battery charger. And what I could do is I can like hot swap the installation spots. Or install it in the wall or something. But let's go ahead and get the batteries that I have starting to recharge, as you can see. So I'm going to want to buy 2 batteries. One for the angle grinder. Oh, yeah. And one for the soldering iron. And then we'll have a hot swap battery. So I'm going to want to buy a Halverson battery charger and then 2 GOT batteries. And probably the Halverson battery charger will come with a battery inside it, generally. So 1 of these and 2 of these. Done. $200. When you have 5,000, it's not that big of a deal. So now my soldering iron has a fresh battery, and my angle grinder will have a fresh battery in a second. And I'll restore the angle grinder later while I'm in transit. And then this thing is... I can install here. It's a little weird, right where the vent is. But no, it doesn't have a spare battery. So let's go buy a spare Halverson battery. Red. There it is. If you're wondering, the Weber battery that I would want costs about 10K. So I can't switch, with my current budget, I can't switch to a Weber tool for financial reasons. All right, so the stir welder will take this fresh battery, and then the charger takes the one that needs charging. Perfect. So now I have battery chargers. Yeah, it's below the pump. The pump doesn't take a full. As you can see, the optical sensor or the pump. There's certain items that don't take a full slot. So like thrusters will take a full floor slot. You can't put something on the floor there, but pumps don't. They're kind of like installed as a vent on the wall. And you get kind of used to it. So for instance, there's a smoke alarm right here where the nav is, because the smoke alarm doesn't take like the full slot, but transponder, battery, Kang, that stuff takes full slots. All right, current priority is head to the boneyard to expand the ship. I don't like that noise. What the heck? Oh, you know what? I can't even walk there because the battery is blocking me. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna buy 3 more cables so that it's not a problem anymore. Let's make it work. All right, cables. Install one here. Install one here. And install one here. Nav station, install it like this. You can see what I'm going for. It's the same exact footprint, but what will actually allow me to fly. No problem. Done. The reason why I don't want the charger here, and again, no backseating, guys, I've had to say it so many times it's ridiculous, is this is a very nice 3x3 block of space, which is awesome for salvage, because a lot of high-value items are 3x3. I don't want to fill this up with a battery charger. It'd be dumb. Oh god. Someone's right behind me trying to park. Let's get out of his way. Alright, so what we're looking for is something in the boneyard that's going to be worth money. That doesn't already have someone sitting on it. I don't have great optics for everything here because I don't have a direct line of sight on all of it. I think what I'm going to do is go to the ship. I don't think the ship is worth anything, but all the same, I'm going to go to the ship directly next to the one that we just salvaged as like a completionist thing. All right, bearing at 0. Cross velocity is resolved, and we'll be there in 18 minutes. All right, I'm going to auto task in here, and then if I run out of things to repair inside the ship, I'll throw my helmet on and start fixing things outside the ship. And it's a little hot in the cabin right now. What is it? It's 308 Kelvin. Okay, that is a little hot. You can repair while flying, like outside? Yeah, just with the helmet on, because I can't breathe vacuum. But there's enough to restore inside that I don't even need to do that right now. I'm getting a little thirsty, and I don't have a means to drink, but like once we're back on Kleg, I'll just drink from one of their sinks. The game's supposed to stop you from going outside and doing stuff without a helmet on. You'll like, it's, I wouldn't trust the game, but it's pretty good about forcing you to put a helmet on when you're in vacuum. It used to be like last year that other crewmen would be very stupid and would like auto task without helmets on pretty regularly, but they, I haven't anecdotally experienced that happening, but it still might happen, I don't know. That other proximity alarm is just the other ship that's like 4 kilometers away. I can ignore it. There's no way to clear the alarm in this screen though, so I'm kind of stuck listening to it while I park. Oh, this is a tiny little nothing. Oh, the other thing is in my nav map, I can clear the proximity alarm up here. I don't need to be on the console. I can do it on my PDA. Oh, look at this little hunk of junk. This wasn't even worth it. So now that I'm exiting, unless I cycle air back, well, I guess I can take the turbo pump. My own ship won't have breathability unless I like intentionally make it breathable. But because it was already really hot, I don't even think I'm going to bother doing that. I'm just going to plan on wearing my suit until I get back to Kleg. Alright, this one's done. There's really nothing else worth it. Well, actually, I didn't check for sensors, so let's go to the visor data, go to like mass. There is an O2 can with okay, I was wrong. I was very wrong. This O2 can has hella gas in it. You're coming with me. And now it's empty. All right. Undock. Kind of the floors. Oh my goodness. You guys are killing me. I don't care what kind of floors. It wasn't the right floors. So there are good floors, which weigh less, and that's what I'm looking for. But that little junker was so tiny it wasn't even worth checking. I'm looking for a larger ship now. That one looks bigger. It also looks like it's blown apart. Well, let's head there next. Okay. 80 meters a second is fine. And let's restore the turbo pump for sale. And now I'm just going to auto task, and I guess we're restoring the O2 can, which is like totally worthless, but whatever, it's skill. It's a skill grinder. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I am not, however, looking for backseating, tips, or feedback. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow shipbreakers.